Hey, reach up there and pull those belts tight. One more time, you're watching the original Rebels Racing League.
And welcome everybody to Kentucky Speedway for Intensity Broadcasting's coverage of the original Rebels, Outlaw Rebels tonight in our truck doubleheader. First race. This race is brought to you by Big Fish Motorsports. This will be the Big Fish 150 here. My name's Josh Hall. Thank you for coming out tonight and joining us here on Intensity Broadcasting. And if you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, don't forget to give us a like or a thumbs up. Let us know you're watching. Let us know in the chat who you're pulling for tonight. And don't forget, if you're watching on eRacing TV, we do appreciate you checking us out there as well. Don't know what eRacing TV is? Well, it's a free app you can download on your Fire Stick or your Roku TV. You can watch live iRacing 7 nights a week here on Intensity Broadcasting, as well as a couple other broadcasters announced there too. So go ahead and check that out. Let's take a look at our point standings after last week, as right now we've got Jason Rockefeller still up there. Oh, my iRacing just crashed. Get that right back up and running here. I do apologize for that. I'm not really sure what happened right there. But Jason Rockefeller is your points leader, followed by Steve Loving, Tracy Passions, and Michael Kosick. And bear with me just a moment as I get this back up and running. I do apologize. And welcome back. I do apologize for that. I do have my iRacing loading back up right now. So let's take a look at these points. It's Jason Rockefeller sitting in first place right now with Steve Loving in second. Tracy Passions, 2 wins on the season. Our winner last week in third, with Michael Kosick and James Jones in fourth and fifth. Now let's take a look at last week's winners here. Do apologize, I'm still waiting for my iRacing to kick back on here. And you can see last week's podium, you had Tracy Passions with the win. Jason Rockefeller continuing his impressive consistency streak, sitting in second place last week. Fry Hubbard coming home third. Kosick fourth, and Andrew Kurtz rounded out your top 5. Now we do have a couple penalties tonight to talk about, as the 09 of Daniel Stewart and the 114 of Travis Bieber will both be receiving EOLs to start the race, and neither one of those drivers will be eligible for the Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award. So as I'm just finishing getting this up and running, I do apologize for the technical difficulties on my side. You know how things are. Wish we could control technology, but technology seems to control us. And I do apologize. I'm going to have to go back to my technical difficulty screen. I'll be right back with you folks. And we are back. I do apologize for that before. But as you can see, we have Clint Rice out on track right now. Get his qualifying done, and due to the technical difficulties coming in, you're going to see my tower just a little messed up at the moment. But Eddie Smith joining the Outlaws tonight, already at the top of the board. With Fry Hubbard sitting in second, Clint Rice having a good run there in third currently. See who else is out on track right now. Ricky Montgomery out there in the 22 machine. Angry Orchard machine getting his qualifying attempt underway. And for those of you who race at home will understand, my Oculus software I closed by mistake, and it ended up completely closing down my iRacing. So those of you who run in VR know exactly what's going on with that. But fortunately, we got it fixed, back up and running. We'll be able to give you live flag-to-flag coverage here at Kentucky Speedway in the Original Rebel Truck doubleheader here on Intensity Broadcasting as Ricky Montgomery comes across the line, and he's going to sit in the 16th position. Well, Dean Qualley asks, where's that Fronek fella? Fronek just finishing up his qualifying attempt. Looks like he's going to be starting currently from the 24th position. So, but at a track like Kentucky here, it doesn't matter where you start. It's all about where you finish. Steve Loving, currently second in points. Finishing up his qualifying attempt. Looks like he's going to be starting from the 16th position. Here's Jake the Ironman Ellingson on track right now. And normally my screen only cuts off so I can never see the sun at the end, but I know now it is Ellingson. Coming across the line here, turns looks like 1 and 2 here. And down the backstretch here at Kentucky. Trying to get everything he can here to move himself into a good starting position. Currently in the 24th position. Let's see if he can move up a little bit here on his second lap. Coming across the line. Use a little bit of that apron there to get as short a line as he can. And he's going to move himself all the way up into the 6th position. So a great qualifying attempt for Ellingson. See who else is out on track. We got Adam Lang currently hitting the track right now in the 62 machine. Rocking down, oh, catches the wall going down the backstretch. That's going to absolutely kill his time and disallow his time here. And it looks like he's going to have to either reset and hope he's got a chance for another lap here, or that's going to do it for him on his qualifying attempt. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be it for him. Couple drivers yet to qualify. I know Travis Bieber is not going to be qualifying due to the EOL penalty that he's receiving. Daniel Stewart also not going to be qualifying due to the penalty. I do apologize for some of my graphics being a little bit off tonight. There was a little bit of an update that I had and kind of messed with everything here. So we'll get this all figured out here. So we get ready for our doubleheader here on Intensity Broadcasting. Doesn't look like anybody else is going to jump out on track as we have just about 15 seconds left in qualifying. Due to my technical difficulties, I do apologize missing most of qualifying, but we'll get out through your grid here. In just a moment. So let's bring you your starting grid, brought to you by... Oh, I hit the wrong button. Let's try that again. Brought to you by Magic Mike Motorsports, and your Peg Leg Pole Award is going to go to Eddie Smith with Fry Hubbard sitting to his outside. Clint Rice starting in the 42 machine. He'll be rolling off third with Brandon Pollock in the 4th position. Row 3 is going to see the 53 of Tracy Passons, last week's winner, and Jake the Ironman Ellingson to his outside. Michael Kosick, he'll be rolling off in the 7th position with Jason Rockefeller, our points leader, rolling off in 8th. Jamie Mullins in the 66 will roll off 9th with Andrew Kurtz in the 48, rounding out row 5. Then Matt Kleeman back in the 19th position with Jeremy Broll in the 74, rounding out row number 6. Row 7, you're going to find Joshua Thompson and Michael Swink, followed by Ryan Huff and Aaron Mack in row number 8. Starting in 17th will be the 27 of Steve Loving with Ricky Montgomery in the 18th position. Then Charlie Gates Jr. and Jerry Kershaw rounding out row number 10. Row 11, James Jones with Eric Burkhalter. Then John Schmiel and Stephen McDonald. Greg Froelich and Trevin Whitner in 25th and 26th. And the 43 of Mike Barossa Jr. and Phil the Hitman Manzo in the 14th row. Then 15th row, we'll see the 15 of Joe Owen and John Sorensen. Then Daniel Stewart will be receiving an EOL penalty, so Adam Lang will move up one spot. Travis Bieber also receiving an EOL penalty, so he'll roll to the back. Then Mike Morkrid, Gene Watkinson, and Matt Geis rounding out the field here. So the pace truck already has its lights off. We're going to get ready. Oh, pace lights back on the pace truck right now, so looks like we're going to be going one more lap before we go green flag racing, as Paul Passon says he's watching. Paul, it's always good to have you here. So now we have one lap to go until the green flag comes out. So as the pace truck leads them down the backstretch, we're going to be going back green flag racing this time by with Eddie Smith and Fry Hubbard on the front row, Clint Reist and Brandon Pollock in second row. Tracy Passon's our winner from last week in the third row, with Jake the Ironman Ellingson to his outside. Pace truck tucks that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Green flag's in the air. We're racing here at Kentucky. And a great jump by both front row drivers here is Fry Hubbard fighting hard on the outside. They're already three abreast further back in the pack. But as we speak, Fry Hubbard running that high lane, just not able to get into the corner as well as Eddie Smith there. And Eddie Smith's going to roll right off the corner there and easily take the lead. Here comes Clint Rice down on the bottom here, taking that position away from Eddie Smith. Throws a little slider here. That's going to allow Tracy Passons to come up underneath Fry Hubbard to fight for that third position. But Eddie Smith is going to lead your first lap here as Clint Rice is in hot pursuit of that 87 machine. Fry Hubbard right there as well. 3 wide, a little further back. Back to 2 wide as Brandon Pollock was stuck on the outside, making it 3 wide. Now they're going to be 4 wide coming down the backstretch for a second. Back to 3 wide as Jason Rockefeller make a big aggressive move down to the bottom. Trying to move up as many positions as he can. He's down on the bottom 3 wide as they come through the tri-oval. And he's going to let Tracy Passion slide down in front of him. Up front, Michael Kosick already up into the third position, making his way around Ellingson. Fry Hubbard sliding back into the 5th position. Here comes Tracy Passons looking to make it 3 wide. Oh, almost some contact between him and Hubbard. It's 3 wide behind him. Oh, Rockefeller makes a big, aggressive move down to the bottom. Oh, some contact. Rockefeller's around. So isn't the one of Pollock. Oh, they're still piling in, and the caution flag is out. That's going to bring up our first wreckage rewind of the evening. As this kind of started here with a big aggressive move from Rockefeller, putting it all the way down on the bottom. And they were just 4 wide there for a moment. Here comes Pollock down to the bottom. He makes some contact with Tracy Passons It gets down into the right rear quarter panel of Rockefeller, who tries to hang on to it, but Pollock is just right there. Those two make contact. They go sliding in, and everybody trying to do a good job avoiding the 22 Angry Orchard machine involved. The 99 caught up in this as well. That's Jerry Kershaw and Ricky Montgomery involved in that. So fortunate for them to get caught up in that. That's going to give Eddie Smith less breathing room here. That's going to let the field catch right back up to him. So you are watching the Big Fish Motorsports 150 here on Intensity Broadcasting. Hey, Dave Harris stopping in and saying hi. Dave, long time no talk. Hope everything's well with you. Enjoy you coming out and spending some time here on Intensity Broadcasting with us. Dave Harris, a very good super speedway racer as well. He used to join us all the time in the super speedway season races and leagues that I used to run in back in the day. You guys always hear me talk about the super speedways. Well, he's another one of the super speedway experts. He used to race with me and Joe from time to time. It's good to see him alive and kicking and hanging out here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. As it looks like we got the lights on the pace truck off. We're going to be going back green flag racing in just a moment here. Eddie Smith choosing the inside here on this restart. As they come off of, you can hear the PA announcer in the back there. As the drivers rocket here, not rocket, but roll here, re-racked, restacked, and getting ready to refire here. Eddie Smith is going to lead them back down to the restart zone. Green flag's back in the air. Eddie Smith with a great jump, but Clint Rice getting down to the bottom, getting in front of Michael Kosick here. Already Kosick working down to the inside of Rice as Rice comes off the corner on the high side. That's going to be a bit of the preferred line here, as you can really hold the momentum there on that high side. Great battle a little further back here between Jamie Burrell and Fry Hubbard. As you see, Clint Rest falling back a little bit into the clutches here as we see the 74 of Jamie Burrell now clearing the 14 of Fry Hubbard as he's going to continue to work the high side. Oh, almost some contact there between him and Ellingson. Able to hold on to it though. Great save. And here comes Joshua Thompson down to the inside. He's going to bring the 66 of Jamie Mullins along as well. And then Steve Loving there trying to get involved in this as well. Up front, Steve Rice has been passed by Michael Kosick, and now he's in jeopardy here of losing the third position to Ellingson. Great battle here as here comes Mullings looking down to the inside of Steve Loving. Loving looking to the outside of Joshua Thompson. So we've got a little bit of a little battle shaping up here as Loving's going to try to take that momentum on the high side to get around Thompson here and take over that 7th position. And again, you can get such a good run on the outside here. Even though the inside's the shorter way around, that outside can keep the momentum. As you can see, passes can be made both high side and low side as right in front, Jeremy Burrell is trying to get around Fry Hubbard on the bottom side. Fry's going to make an aggressive move now to the bottom of Ellingson. They're using a little bit of that apron, which is legal here, to move himself up into the 4th position. Here comes Thompson, trying to take that position away as well. See Jeremy Burrell all pushing Fry Hubbard there. Giving the big shove, almost slides up in front of Loving. Oh, Loving has a little connection blink out there. It looks like it's all right. Burrell's just going to fall back in line. A little further back, we've got a couple battles going on. James Jones in the 10, trying to get around the 31 of Aaron Mack. That Kool-Aid Monster Machine trying to move himself forward, already up 7 spots from the start. He's continuing to roll forward here. He's got the 73 of Ryan Huff right behind him on the back bumper. And they've got the 18 of Michael Swink they're trying to get around as well, as Swink and the 31 now battling side by side. So some great side-by-side action there. More side-by-side action. We're 3 wide up here. Fry Hubbard on the high side. Steve Loving on the bottom. I thought Burrell was going to try to force a 3 wide, but he ends up staying tucked in behind. And you can see these trucks driving such different lines here. Some right on the bottom, some right in the middle, some right on the high side, some down on the apron on the front stretch. So Kentucky really showing it's a racy track, and you can run pretty much anywhere as you want. As we see the leaders here trying to work around the 99, the lap car of Jerry Kershaw. Now we got some 3 wide racing with the lapper here. Steve Lovin's trying to get back down underneath Fry Hubbard. Oh, Loving had a little connection blink out again there and almost gets into Burrell. Here comes Ellingson. Again, looking to the inside of Hubbard, but Hubbard just running that middle to high line, getting such a good launch off the corner. It's going to keep him back behind there. It actually keeps Ellingson pinned down a little bit. And here comes Steve Loving up on the high side, trying to take 5th place away. Loving's going to get a little push here. No, he's not. I thought Burrell was going to give him a push. Burrell makes a big aggressive move down to the bottom. And now he's going to lose a position to Joshua Thompson as Joshua Thompson's up on the high side with some momentum. I take that back. Burrell is able to move ahead of Ellingson, so give that position there as Andrew Kurtz looking down to the bottom of Ellingson now. Oh, pushes up the track a little bit, almost into the side of Ellingson. As they come off the corner still, Ellingson's got a little bit of a nose. Nope, he's going to pull right ahead. And here comes Joshua Thompson now working the high side of Jamie Mullins. So Thompson looks like he's struggling a little bit. He's falling back. Here comes Matt Kleeman on the bottom to take away, try to take away that 10th position. Up here, we still got a great battle going on. This is Ellingson, Barol, Kurtz, and Jamie Mullins, 3 wide down the front stretch and across the line. And we're only working lap number 20. We're only a fifth of a way through the race, and these guys are racing like it's the last lap. While Eddie Smith is just pulling away. He's got a 2.5 lead over Michael Kosick right now. Last time by, Eddie Smith ran a 1/2 second faster than Kosick, so Eddie Smith just putting on a clinic right now here at Kentucky. As this gaggle of cars is still battling it out here. Nobody really wants to settle for position. Here comes Mullins around Ellingson, so he's going to fall back. Ellingson's going to fall back into 9th place, and here come Kurtz down to the bottom of Burrell now. Trying to take away 6th. Mullins is going to slide up in front of Jeremy Burrell. He's going to take over the 7th place himself, and here comes Joshua Thompson now on the bottom side, trying to look underneath Ellingson here. Here comes Kleeman as well, going to give that big push to the 33 here. See if we can move him ahead here, down the front stretch. A little further back, got a battle as Eric Burkhalter is trying to go around the 18 of Michael Swink on that high side. He's got a good run here, trying to move himself forward. Our biggest mover so far, though, is Adam Lang in the 52. Looking down underneath the 31 of Aaron Mack. Adam Lang already up 19 positions from the start. So a big mover right there. As Steve Loving has the 48 of Andrew Kurtz all over his back bumper. Up in front, you see the 01. That's actually lap traffic that the leaders are getting into. You see the 01 of Jason Rockefeller going a lap down, as well as the 43 of Mike Barossa. So Rockefeller maybe just didn't get that truck fixed, didn't use his reset, just tried to get some damage fixed, as he's now gone a lap down, sitting back in the 33rd position. Big battle here. John Sorensen, John Schmiel, and Daniel Stewart all battling here for position, as John Sorensen's going to move himself up into the 18th position. And Kleeman up into the 9th position. He's getting battled or challenged here by Ellingson, but Ellingson I don't think is going to be able to power back here as Kleeman's continuing to move forward. As Eddie Smith looks like he's starting to dial it back now. He's running the same times as the rest of the field. As we take a look at the gap there on the tower. Michael Swink now going the wrong direction as Daniel Stewart easily gets around him. We've got our first car out on pit lane. Joe Owen. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage. He might have caught the wall here, so it looks like he's coming in. Yep, takes a reset and gets back out on track. Steve Loving trying to trace down Jamie Mullins here Mullins stuck behind the lap car of Mike Barossa Jr. Barossa's going to move up to the high side here, allow Mullins by. Here comes Lovin, able to get by as well. A lot of damage to the right side of that 43. And it looks like Clinton Rice has caught Kosick here for trying to take away that second position. We see Owens coming off a pit road here. After taking 4 fresh tires, here comes Rice down to the bottom. Try to take that position away from Kosick here. Off of turn number 4, they're still side by side. Here comes the lap car with fresh tires. He's much faster, and you can see the difference that those fresh tires are going to make here. That caused Clinton Rice to lose all his momentum here. He's going to fall back, and you can see Eddie Smith out to a 3.5 second lead. So there's like Clinton Rice just running away with this one at the moment. I'm sorry, Eddie Smith now just running away with this one as the moment, as Clinton Rice is trying to run Kosick back down here. A little further back, Adam Lang is trying to get around the 74 of Barral. Here comes Lang down to the bottom to make up another position here. And that's going to put Lang up 22 spots from the start. So a great run for Lang here, up into the top 10. Again, Michael Kosick now has a mirror full of Clinton Rice. To right along the back bumper of Kosick here. And we can see where Kosick is losing time. Looks like Rice is able to roll off the corner, get back to the throttle a little bit better. Kosick might be overdriving the corner a little bit. You hear a big lift there. And that allows a big run for Rice here. Rice got right up to the back bumper there, and yeah, it looks like Rice is just able to roll that bottom just a little bit better. So here comes the battle side by side now for second place. Clinton Rice down on the bottom. He's going to easily take it here. Put him in the second position. And at the moment, Clinton Rice is the fastest truck on the track right now. Last time by, he ran a 32.90, and Eddie Smith, your leader, ran a 33.0. You see the back end step out a little bit on that 42 machine. He's able to hold on to it, gather it up, and continue on. As we're working lap number 36 here in Kentucky, and well, we got a little break in the action. Everybody's kind of single file here. Be better time, no better time than now to pump up the intensity. So we got cars on pit road right now. Got the 10 James Jones on pit road. Mike Morcrid on pit road. Just saw Fry Hubbard pit a few minutes ago. So it looks like pit stops are coming up right now. Eddie Smith now, his lead has been cut down to just over 2.5 seconds from Clinton Rice. As Andrew Kurtz now trying to take that third position away from Michael Kosick, and Jamie Mullins right there as well. So Kosick probably burned his stuff up there early, as he's really starting to struggle now late in the run. The 48 machine's got a lot of damage to the left side as Mullins trying to take a look to make it 3 wide down the front stretch. Mullins is going to get a 2 for 1 here, as he's going to pass both the 04 and the 48 here going into turn number 1. So a great job, great run there from Mullins to move himself up into the 3rd position. Let's see, Aaron Mack coming on the pit road along with Charlie Gates Jr. on pit road currently. And Eddie Smith's lead is continuing to shrink lap after lap. As we're watching it live, as that lead is just shrinking. It looks like Clint's just still able just to roll the middle a little bit better than anybody else right now. So Rice trying to get up there to take that lead away, but we got pit stops still continuing as the 9 of Trevin Whitaker on pit road right now. But your leaders continue to stay out. We'll battle back here. Steve Loving, Matt Kleeman, Adam Lang, and Eric Burkhalter all battling here. You see the 01 of Rockefeller just hanging out here as well. As Adam Lang's going to move down underneath Kleeman here to try to move up into the 8th position. So, again, Adam Lang trying to move into 8th, which would put him up 24 spots from where he started. So, a fantastic run for this 52 machine tonight. I imagine if we're going to get a caution here, tighten up the field, he'd be one to watch for at the end here, as his long run speed is probably the best I see out on track right now. We got 3 wide. Fry Hubbard down the bottom. He had just recently pit. So he's going to easily get around these guys, as Adam Lang still trying to work the bottom side of Kleeman here. Great side-by-side action here at Kentucky. So Adam Lang's going to get that pull off the bottom side. He's going to move himself up into the 8th position. Kleeman's trying to fight back on the outside, but just not able to get the run. And Jeremy Baralt, one of our early leaders, on pit road now. Get his service done. Now Adam Lang is now setting his sight on the 27 of Loving. Looking down to the bottom there. Almost gets down, almost some contact between the two trucks. But Lang able to hold on to it and move himself around. He's going to slide up. Slide right up in front of Steve Loving. Loving's going to cross him over, though, back into turns 3 and 4. Going to try to take that position back, and that's going to allow Matt Kleeman to kind of close in on these two here as they're balanced side by side. But Lang, with the big run off the corner, he's able to just drive away. Now Kleeman trying to take the position away from Steve Loving to move himself into the 8th position. And that 71 of Eric Burkhalter also here in the picture. Oh, Kleeman looked to the inside. Now he's going to look high. Sees the 71, trying to get the 71 to give him a little bit of a push here. So it looks like a couple more cars on pit road. Some leaders now. Andrew Kurt, Michael Kosick, Adam Lang coming to pit road. Stephen Loving coming to pit road. So Adam Lang, who had such a great run through the field so far, on pit road. Hoping to continue that. Eddie Smith goes on by the trucks that are pitting right now. Put them all a lap down. So Corey T. Bragg Jr. on Facebook says, "Let's go, Ryan." Imagine he's talking about Ryan Huff, who's just coming on to pit road now to get his service done. Along with Eric Burkhalter on pit road. Last week's winner, Tracy Passon's on pit road. Here comes our leaders, Eddie Smith on the pit road, along with Clint Rice, Jamie Mullins, Joshua Thompson, Matt Kleeman, all on pit road as well. So that's going to give the lead to the 114 of Travis Bieber, who's driven from the back up to the front after taking an EOL penalty for an altercation last week. Also, we see the 49 of John Sorensen, Ricky Montgomery, the 22 machine, Bill the Hitman Manzo, Greg Froelich up in 5th, still having to take his pit stop. Fry Hubbard has pit already. He's going to be in the 6th position. And Eddie Smith down and away. He's in 7th. Well, Fry Hubbard running a little bit different strategy. Fry came in on lap number 35. Eddie came in on lap number 50. So Eddie stretches to halfway. And right now, Fry Hubbard has an 8-second lead, but that lead is shrinking fast. As you can look at the time here, Eddie Smith is, a couple cars on pit road, so that's going to change here, and there it is. How fast Eddie Smith is catching Fry Hubbard. It's now down to under 7 seconds. As Fry Hubbard. Oh, well, it looks like Sorensen just come into pit road, so it's going to mess up my timing there for a second till Eddie goes on by. There we go. So you can see right now, Hubbard a 1.5 seconds slower per lap with 15 lap older tires. So tires really being a premium here at Kentucky, and I'm sure the guys who are watching, who are running the second race of the doubleheader, are watching to see what these tires can do, as we're seeing a 1.5 seconds difference. As Fry Hubbard now moves up into the lead. Greg Froelich sitting in second. I think Froenich's pitting this time from the second position here. So Eddie Smith now has cut that lead of Fry Hubbard's down to 3 seconds. So Eddie's going to be driving by Fry here in the next 3 or 4 laps. Just the difference that these tires are going to make here at Kentucky. As the field's kind of spread out here a bit. The logo's in the way here, but you can kind of see just how spread out the field is right now. As Eddie has cut that lead down to just about a second and a half. Clinton Rice, 5.5 seconds behind Eddie Smith. And Rice has some company here. He's got the 48 of Kurtz right on his back bumper and Michael Kosick right there as well. So then you have to go 3 seconds back to find the 52 of Adam Lang, who's just been tearing through the field here up into the 6th position. And with 62 laps left, I'm sure he's got, 42 laps left. He's got plenty of time to rip back through the field here to get himself up towards the front. We see Andrew Kurtz now and Michael Kosick still kind of battling here for 4th and 5th. Up front, Fry Hubbard has been caught by the 87 of Eddie Smith. And with Eddie's new tires, you can see just how easily he's going to be able to drive right around Fry here. Now, the only thing Fry can hope for right now would be a caution. Because if the caution came out in the next 10 laps or so, Eddie Smith would have to come in and pit for tires as well, because the tires would be so much different. We're seeing the difference that tires can make just after 15 laps. So I imagine if the caution came out in the next 10 laps or so, everybody would come down the pit road, take 4 tires and fuel to finish this thing out here at Kentucky Speedway. Andrew Kurtz still trying to work the back bumper of Michael Kosick here. As we ride on the nose here of Kurtz. Hear how short they're off the throttle here at Kentucky through turns 3 and 4. Through 1 and 2, imagine we'll hear a little bit more of a lift as the front stretch here. It's much longer. You're going to get much more speed going into turn number 1. Yeah, it's about the same there as Kurtz gets a little bit of a run off of Kosick here. Aaron Mack now in a battle with Ellingson. Ellingson's going to drive right on by, and Mack's going to lose another position to the 33 of Joshua Thompson. Now Joshua Thompson trying to set his sights on Ellingson. He's going to look down to the inside here, and he's going to get right around Ellingson. Move Joshua Thompson up into the 9th position. A little further back, we got a big battle here. We've got Eric Burkhalter, John Sorensen, and Tracy Passons all battling for position. This is back for 14th, 15th, and 16th. 16th, not a place that Tracy's used to being at. He's used to running up front. And he's having to work his way back through the pack here. Passons gets around Burkhalter. He's going to set his sights on the 49 machine. Way back, Michael Swink and Greg Froelich having a little bit of a battle here. He's back for 26th and 27th. Froenich's going to move right around him into the 26th position on those fresher tires. Fry Hubbard has the 42 of Clint Rice. Has caught him. Rice looking to the outside now. Try to take away that second position. And he's going to easily do it as the tires on that 14 machine are old. And they lack the grip that the newer tires on the 42 machine have. Michael Kosick not too far behind, trying to work around the lap traffic. They go around the 50 of John Schmiel. Schmiel almost came down into the side of Kosick, but able to hold on to it. And Andrew Kurtz right there to take advantage as well of the lap traffic. Now they're catching Fry Hubbard pretty quickly. As Fry's really struggling for grip right now. Trying to use a little bit of a gamble, hoping the yellow would come out. But right now, the field kind of really spread out here at Kentucky. I don't see a yellow flag coming out anytime soon. It's the closest battle we really have on track right now. Actually, it's this battle right here between Kosick, Kurtz, and Hubbard. As Kosick looks down to the bottom. Easily going to take that position away. Here comes Kurtz. Also on newer tires. Gets that big run down off the corner. Looks all the way down to the apron. But just not able to get there this lap. Now Kurtz is going to look again to that high side. As he's going to get to the back quarter panel of Hubbard. Hubbard's going to go all the way down to the apron. Trying to use the short way around, but it's going to be inevitable as the 48 is just able to drive right on by with those newer tires. Eric Burkhalter looking to the inside of Passons. Trying to take that 15th position away. He's going to do it. So Tracy's struggling tonight. A couple drivers high in the points struggling tonight. Tracy Passons running in the 16th position. Jason Rockefeller a lap down, sitting back in 30th position. So we got cars on pit road again. James Jones, John Schmiel on pit road. And Eddie Smith continues to lead. And Eddie has pretty much made his bed here. Him and Rice and Kosick going with the one-stop strategy here. Making those tires work almost to the halfway point. The only driver in the top 10 who tried to use a different strategy is Fry Hubbard. Currently sitting in the 5th position. Came in on lap number 35. Not sure if he's going to have enough fuel to make it to the end. But it was a good effort, good strategy here. Try to get off strategy of the rest of the field. Adam Lang now sitting in the 6th position. And he's gaining on the 14 of Fry Hubbard pretty quickly. So Adam Lang, another car, up 26 positions from his starting spot. In great position for that Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award, as I thought I heard the 52 shutting his motor off going into the corner. Let's ride along with him for a second. Yeah, he's coasting that thing. Bunch of cars on pit road. Jamie Barol, Charlie Gates was on pit road. So as we ride along, we're listening to Adam Lang shutting the car off, shutting the truck off here in the corners. Try to save some fuel. We'll have to listen in with some of our leaders to see if they're doing the same thing. Here's Clint Rice. Yeah, Clint's doing the same thing. Clint's getting off, maybe not shutting it, maybe just dropping the clutch there into the corner. Trying to save a little bit of fuel here. Is Eddie Smith doing the same thing from the lead? So it does not sound like Eddie is saving any fuel at all. Where our second place driver, Clint Rice, is. You can hear that truck shut right off in the corner there. As Fry Hubbard's now on pit road to get his final service after that strategy is not going to pay off for him. See if he just takes right sides here, or if he just goes with 4. It looks like he is going to take all 4. And even though Clint's shutting it off there in the corners, trying to save some fuel, his lap times aren't that far off Eddie's. He's only 2.5 tenths back. So able to run very consistent laps here, shutting it off and trying to save as much fuel as he can. It makes me wonder how many other trucks out there are saving. Let's check out Steve Loving here. See if he's shutting it off and saving any fuel. Well, not shutting it off or hitting the clutch or anything, but definitely rolling through the throttle a little earlier and back to the throttle a little bit later, trying to save a little bit of fuel that way. And you can hear how soft he is on the throttle. So Eddie Smith still up front here with a 2.5 second lead over second place Clint Rice. And Clint saving fuel. We'll have to see if Eddie has enough to make it to the end or if he's going to have to come in and pit. As Joshua Thompson trying to make a move here on Steve Loving. They have the lap car. It's the, I believe, 55 machine of Charlie Gates Jr. Charlie Gates Jr. just on pit road, so he's pulling right by these leaders. You see Rockefeller as well in this gaggle of cars, although he is not in the race as he is a lap down. And the 114 of Travis Bieber also up here sitting in 9th place right now. So a lot of bad luck for all of our players up high in the points. Jason Rockefeller, your points leader, currently running in 27th. Steve Loving in 2nd, currently running in 7th. Tracy Passenger, 3rd in points, currently running back in the 12th position. Michael Kosick having a good day, sitting back in 4th. And 5th in points, James Jones, not having the best of days, as he's sitting back in 29th place right now. Is see Aaron Mack hitting pit road right now to get his service done. Eddie Smith starting to get into a little bit of lap traffic. And I thought I heard Eddie shutting the car off, so let's ride with Eddie for a second, see if he's Yep, sounds like he's rolling out of it a little bit earlier again. Trying to get back to it just a little bit later. See if Clint is still shutting that thing off in the corners. Which you hear he is. See Clint working that wheel. Even on the straightaway, having to just saw on it just a little bit. And Andrew Kurt sitting back in third. Having a good run now. Slowly catching Clint Rice just a little bit. Due to the fact that Clint's trying to save some fuels. We have just 14 laps to go. Is Eddie Smith going to be able to hang on for the win? Or is he going to be running out of fuel? This is going to come down to fuel mileage, I think. As now Eddie and Clint are both running identical lap times. Eddie just ran a 32.8 as well as Clint. Andrew Kirk's ran a 31.4, so... I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong speeds here. 32.8, 32.8, and Andrew Kirsch ran a 32.7. Michael Kosick ran a 33.2. Jamie Mullins ran a 33.1. So a couple of these drivers not really thinking about fuel mileage, just trying to battle out there. As see a couple more drivers hit pit road. Ellingson hit pit road. It looks like Ellingson hit pit road twice, so yeah, he's a lap down, sitting in 24th. He might have had a speeding penalty through all that. Jason Rockefeller hit the pits. They're going to be driving right by Mike Barossa Jr., who just left pit lane. Steve Loving hitting pit lane. See Eddie Smith working underneath Ellingson here. Steve Loving with a 10.0 pit stop, so it looks like he took just right sides and some fuel. So he's down and away. Here comes the 31 of Aaron Mack to get his lap back. Along with Barossa Jr. trying to get his lap back here. As they're on fresher tires. You can see the difference again those fresh tires make. And as I'm saying that, Clint Rice is coming. Even though he's shutting that thing off and letting it coast through the corners, he's cut the lead down to 1.3 seconds. You still hear him shutting that truck off. With just 10 laps to go here. A couple more cars onto pit road. Brandon Pollock entered the pits. Steve Loving left the pits. Hitman Manzo just left the entered the pits as well. And you can see the gap from first to second to third. And that white 42 getting closer and closer to Eddie Smith every lap. Eddie now stepped up the intensity a little bit. Just ran a 32.7 to Clint's 32.9. So I don't think Eddie's worried about fuel as much as Clint is right now. I think Clint has definitely saved enough to make it to the end if they were short. But I don't know if Eddie's tried saving or even made a chance at saving here as well as Clint has. So as he comes across the stripe for 7 laps to go, can Eddie Smith hold on here for the win, or is Clint Rice going to snatch it away from him on a fuel mileage race? Because we only have 15 trucks left on the lead lap right now. Eddie Smith trying to put Steve McDonald into 68 1 lap down as well. Looks like he's going to do it. He's going to set his sights on the 09 of Daniel Stewart to put him another lap down. Or put him 1 lap down. So that means there's only going to be 12 cars left on the lead lap here. Eddie Smith wasted no time. 2 seconds, 2/10 faster per lap than Clint Rice. Does that 87 truck have enough fuel in the tank? That's the question. Gap is almost now 2 seconds, so Eddie does not look like he's too worried about fuel with just 5 laps to go here at Kentucky. Go around the 73 of Ryan Huff, put him a lap down. See, Lori Lynn says, go, Greg, go. Greg Frodick currently sitting in the 17th position. Four laps to go here at Kentucky. Can Eddie hold on for the win, or is there going to be a surprise here as Clint Rice still slowing down on track? Andrew Kurtz was gaining on him as now the lead has grown to over 2.5 seconds. So I don't know if Eddie has enough here. I'm still trying to figure this out. We saw Eddie go 50 laps on the first run. Is he going to be able to stretch the fuel, or is it going to be close? As 3 laps to go here. Andrew Kurtz also fallen way off the pace. The leader just ran a 38. Clint ran a 31.0. Kurtz ran a 31.3. So much slower lap times for the drivers behind, which tells me that fuel is probably really close here as popsicle sticks are in the air. 2 laps to go for Eddie Smith, who's just dominated the race from the pole. The only laps he didn't lead were ones after he pit due to some pit strategy. As he comes off of turn number 4, white flag will be in the air, waiting to greet him at the start-finish line. One more time around. Is Eddie going to have enough fuel to make it? As he lets the 99 Jerry Kershaw go right on by. Off of turn number 2. Looks like he still has speed here. Through turns 3 and 4 with a 2.5 second lead. Eddie Smith is going to roll off of turn number 4. And Eddie Smith is going to win here at Kentucky. I think he ran out of gas right as he crossed the line. Clint Rice coming home in second. Andrew Kurtz coming home in third. Jamie Mullins fourth, and Adam Lang, a great run, up 27 spots to make it into the top 5. And that's going to give you, excuse me, and that's going to give you the Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award for Adam Lang, as he was able to come up through the field, up 27 spots from the start. So great job for him for that. We see our Rebels doing their typical celebration with each other here. But your winner tonight, Eddie Smith, has enough fuel. Oh, has enough fuel for a burnout, then gets clobbered by Kleeman. And again, the Rebels Demolition Derby is underway. Let's take a look at the final results here from Kentucky. As again, your winner, Eddie Smith. Guess I have cars that just have not made their way across the line yet. There it is. Eddie Smith, your winner. Clinton Rice coming in second. Andrew Kurtz in third. Jamie Mullins, Adam Lang, your top five. Then Travis Beaver driving from the back after getting an EOL penalty. Coming home in sixth with Joshua Thompson, John Sorensen, Eric Burkhalter, and Tracy Passons round out your top 10. Then the 19 of Kleeman's going to come home 11th. Steve McDonald in 12th. Ryan Huff, Fry Hubbard, Ricky Montgomery make up the top 15. 16th is going to go to Daniel Stewart. With 17th going to Steve Loving, Greg Frodick, Michael Kosick, and Jake the Ironman Ellingson coming home in 20th. We'll let you look at the rest of the field as we start getting ready for our interviews here. And let's bring in our third place finisher, Andrew Kurtz. Andrew, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Hey, what's up, Josh? How you doing?
Man, great job tonight coming home in third place tonight. And I saw towards the end, it looked like you and Clint in front of you were saving some fuel. Was fuel really close for you guys at the end there?
Yeah. I actually ran out right at the line there at the end, so I realized probably a little bit too late that I'm gonna be about a lap or so short. So I mean, I don't know how much Eddie, I know he's real good at, saving tires and always the guy to beat here, but I was catching him there that last run, but I'm sure that was because he was a little bit smarter than me and he was saving a little bit of fuel there. So it's close, but yeah, happy with P3.
Yeah, I see you came in, your last stop was on lap 48, where both Clint and Eddie were able to stretch it to lap 50 before going in and pitting. So those 2 extra laps definitely made a difference. But overall, it looked like you ran a pretty good race. How did the race go from the driver's seat tonight of the 48 machine?
Yeah, I'd say it was I mean, it was super fun. It was a real clean race. I think only one caution. So actually ran the ARCA race Friday night, and it pretty much played out the same way. There were no cautions in that race too, and it was just the long run game. Saving those tires and just being there at the end.
Awesome, man. Well, before we let you go, is there anybody you want to thank tonight? Any shout outs you got to give?
Just a huge thanks to everyone. In this league, I'm pretty new here, but just super thankful to be here, and thankful for everything that you guys do to put this on.
Well, we appreciate you coming out racing, and congratulations on the podium tonight in third. And I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon as the season goes on.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
That was your third place finisher, Andrew Kurtz. Let's bring in your second place finisher, Clinton Rice. Clint, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
I got you, bud. How's it going?
Man, it's going great. Nice second place finish for you. I know you had a couple rough patches through the start of the season, but able to finish strong here with a second place finish. And how close were you on fuel? As I know Andrew said he ran out as he crossed the line there, and I heard you shutting it off through the corners there, trying to save as much as you could.
Yeah, that was it on laps. I'm surprised I wasn't sputtering at the start finish line, but yeah, I was about out.
For sure, and I know you were running Eddie down for a little bit there, but had to back off a little bit to save fuel to finish it up. Do you think if maybe you had a yellow or something, you might have had something for Eddie there at the end?
Yeah, I think it would have been real close.
Awesome, man. Other than that, how'd the rest of the race go for you tonight? Did you have any other excitement through the race that I missed?
No, it was just green flag run, which I'm very happy of.
Awesome, man. Well, congrats again on the second place finish. Anybody you want to thank tonight? Any shout outs you got to give?
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out to Motorsports and the rest of the league admins for helping us out, and broadcasting these events, especially you. I appreciate it, bud.
I appreciate you saying the kind words, and I love coming out here on Sunday nights. This is one of my favorite things to do. So glad to see you have a good finish tonight, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Congratulations, Eddie.
So there you have it, your second place finisher, Clint Rice coming home. And let's talk to our winner tonight, Eddie Smith. Eddie, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Mr. Josh.
Hey, what a dominating performance tonight on that 87 machine. Coming in and racing tonight, getting the pole. The only laps you didn't lead were the laps with Fry Hubbard out front while you pit. How close were you on fuel there? As I know, I didn't hear you saving quite as much as Clint and Andrew there as they were shutting the car off in the corners.
Yeah, after the first run, we got it. We got to 50 and a half. I could have probably made 51 because I started saving around lap 30 once I realized what was going on. And so when we pitted, came out, I thought I'll save a few laps and that should give me enough. And I totally forgot about the caution, which was a major thing to forget about. So I basically had to save the whole run. I don't think I was able to run full speed. Really, I think I read full speed for about a couple laps, and then it was just all saved the whole time. So I think I ended up with about 0.5 gallons when I crossed the line, so it was close.
Yeah, it was enough there for a little bit of a burnout before the traditional Rebels Demolition Derby at the start-finish line. But other than that, it looked like a pretty good performance, hitting pit road pretty well. Other than that, green flag run. Were you expecting the green flag run tonight, or did you think it was going to be a little bit more of a caution fest?
I don't know if I had an expectation. After last week, we're all a little gun shy in all the series because of Martinsville. So it was, one caution, man. That's amazing. So a testament to the drivers that are in here. I don't know a lot of these guys, which is interesting because they don't run the other series. But man, a lot of really clean drivers, fast, really smart driving. So just a testament to them how this race went. One caution at the very beginning, man. That's awesome. So.
For sure. Unfortunately, that caution taking out our points leader, but great run overall. Anybody you like to thank tonight? Any shout outs you got to give before we let you go?
Yeah, thanks for broadcasting. Thanks for the Outlaw guys. It's hard for me on Sunday nights to get here. I've been wanting to race in the series for a while, and I appreciate them letting me come in and race with them. I know, I haven't been here from the very beginning, but so I appreciate them being welcoming, and I want to thank my spotter Jonah Colbert for helping me with fuel saving and stuff, and that's it, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Eddie, and hopefully we see a couple more of these throughout the season. I'm sure we'll talk to you again when you do race.
Thanks, Josh.
So there you have it. There's your winner tonight, Eddie Smith, with a dominating performance, and you heard it, just thinking about fuel, forgetting about that yellow flag we had earlier, and that makes a big difference for these guys here as those yellow flag laps, 2 yellow flag laps equal about 1 lap under green. So that can really play a difference on fuel strategy. But don't forget to join us back here in about 20 minutes or so as we'll have our second race of our Original Rebel doubleheader as the Original Rebel Sunday Night Truck Series brought to you by Whole Sheet Metal will be kicking off in about 20 minutes. So join us back here for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And we'll see you back here real soon. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say,